Okay, guys. Oh, the best laid plans of mice and men and gardeners. So, I came out here to close the greenhouse because it's getting nightfall and actually it's pretty warm out. And it's been pretty windy today, but I had everything open venting. And yeah. I don't even know what to say right now. Clearly I did not, I guess with the wind, it just knocked everything. I don't even know how it knocked this over. I guess, I don't know. I'm thinking, I mean, I have it tied down, but I think, and I put bricks around the edge so it doesn't do like a kite thing, but all I can say is like one of the, oh, you know what happened? It looks like the wind actually did pick part of the everything up and actually move it over. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I don't even know if any of this is salvageable. But yeah, that's what happened. It looks like the wind picked everything up and just actually picked up the greenhouse and pushed it because the one this one is still in place, but the back of the greenhouse is a good several inches from it. Yeah, I don't even, and I think what happened is that when this one fell, it just knocked the trays over on the other one. Okay. I've got to go get my prescription. And I guess I need to go to Lowe's and get some stronger rope because, yeah, I can see now that I'm in here, I can see drag marks. So the entire thing got dragged. And I don't even know if I could get seeds to replace any of this. Some of them are already on the ground. Oh, man, I cannot believe this at all. And my vegetables and everything got just thrown off because wow, well, I'm going to be planting these vegetables tomorrow anyway because, anyway, I will see when I get back. I don't know, y'all. Some of the poppies, I had so many that I didn't plant them all at the same time, so I think I have some left. But like, for example, the mother of pearl poppies, yeah, I don't know if I have any left of those. I'll have to see. But I may actually, you know what, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think these are supposed to be the mother of pearl poppies. You know what, I may just dump the dirt into the top part of this and just kind of go with the whole, like, yeah, I don't know. All I know is I am not up to handling doing this right now. I'm gonna have to think about it because right now I just want to cry, actually. This is a mess. So let me go outside and see. Wow, I mean, the thing is, they're still lashed down. So I don't know. All right, I'll deal with this later. But sometimes that's how it goes, people. Hey guys, it's Brooke. I just wanted to give you guys an update on the whole mess I've got going on in the greenhouse. So a couple of things actually did come out pretty unscathed. For example, all of my calendulas are completely undamaged. I was surprised, I didn't realize it, but all of the cornflower I planted, both the polka dot mix as well as the 4th of July mix, are completely undamaged. All the scabiosas that I planted, that entire tray is completely unscathed. The sweet pea, there was it came out more or less intact. I mean, there were some of the little cells were empty, but I saw the dirt with the sweet pea seed in it. So what I did is that I just kind of like all just picked up the dirt and the seeds and just put it in one of the half empty cells, and I'll continue to water it because maybe they will still sprout. I just, right now, the labels are kind of missing, so I don't know which ones they are. But I do have, I only planted half the sweet pea seeds I have, so I do have the other half if I need to start more. The poppies were what really took the hit. The tray that had the mother of pearl poppies, some of those were sprouting, and so I found tiny little sprouts. So what I did is I pretty much just scooped up as many of the sprouts as I could, and I just put them. The tray has the two parts. It's got the cell, and then it's got like a bottom tray for watering. And so I just dumped it in the bottom tray, and I'm misting it, and I'm hoping that they'll recover. So I have a couple trays of that. So I do have more poppy seeds, so I'm probably gonna start a couple. The ones that seem to have were sprouted the best were the peony mix. Some of them hadn't sprouted, so I was probably gonna have to start those over again. So yeah, yeah, that was so. I think I'm just gonna put. First off, I've got that thing tied down really. I've got the legs tied down. On top of that, I've got the ropes over top of it to keep it secured, and I put bricks on the bottom of the plastic cover to keep it down, but maybe I should get some more like like actual like pavers and that sort of thing to put, because maybe the bricks aren't heavy enough. So this greenhouse was always going to be temporary. I intended to get one that was either plexiglass or glass, and so I'm trying to keep that in perspective. I'm also considering moving the location because where it's located, there's really no wind break. Like when the wind comes whipping through there, there's no like line of trees or anything to break it. I'm standing in the sunroom, and as you can see out the door, there's an open patch over there. I mean, that section I'm going to clean out, but that is enclosed. There is a big shrub in the front of the property. Obviously, the house is on the left side, and then there's a holly trees on the other side. So it does get a lot of sun, though. So it may be one of those types of things that I have to move the location over there just to keep it a little bit more protected, because I do have other seeds that I need to start, and I don't want that to happen again. So yeah, the wind actually, even though it was tied down, the wind still managed to get underneath that cover and move it several inches. And so the frame, some of the legs were kind of crooked. I had to straighten them out. So yeah, that wind was no joke yesterday. So with the poppies, I'm gonna see if I can try to order a few more, especially of the ones that did germinate. Because like for example, the black poppy peony, the black peony poppy is not seeding. A couple of the trees, the seeds were kind of old, so I have to go out. So I may pick up some fresh seeds and try it again. So that won't be a loss. But yeah, it's some of the poppies, like the raspberry ripple, didn't really start seeding. I think Amazing Grace was starting to seed, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but I did see somewhere that I could get some more seeds, and it looks like they're still shipping. So live and learn. Live and learn. So I'll check in with you guys later. Okay, guys, so I wanted to jump back in here because I'm sure one question that you guys had, and even I had, was like, what on earth made the greenhouse move like that? Especially considering the fact that I had the legs tied down and then I had rope crisscrossing over the top to hold it down, which is what I had done at my last house. Well, it happened again. This time it was worse. I last it actually had happened last Thursday, and I had planted more seeds, so there was more stuff in there, and I actually used the racks again, which I should have known. I should have known better. Um, you know, between when I shot this video and when it blew over, it was several weeks. There were rainstorms, winds were blowing, and it was fine. Like, I could tell that it hadn't been picked up, it hadn't been moved. It was steady, and I just didn't get it. Well, last Thursday it was warm. I had it opened. They said there was gonna be some wind. I was just watching it. I mean, I wasn't overly concerned because I felt like, okay, I felt like you know, I had taken care of everything. And imagine my surprise when I looked out my kitchen window and I saw the greenhouse on its side. The ground stakes had literally, I thought that maybe the ropes had snapped. No, the ropes were still attached. The ground stakes, all four, had been ripped out of the ground. So the greenhouse is on its side, and it was actually flipping end over end. So it had already fallen on its side, and I could tell it already made one complete rotation, which is why why it was where it was. But it was going towards the back of my property. Well, there was a development on the other side of the back of my property. So, like I said, it was really windy. I was feeling, even though I wanted to secure it, I didn't think it was safe for me to do so. So I grabbed some heavy cast iron furniture that I had. I had some lounge chairs, heavy as all get out, and I was like, because I'm looking at the wind, like that stuff's not shifting. I'm like, well, I'll just like, since it's on its side, I'll just put the furniture on top of that. That'll weigh it down, and I should be fine. I did that, and guess what? It still moved. It was actually starting to turn, and basically, it just flipped all of the cast iron furniture inside of it, and I was going, oh my gosh. So at this point, I was terrified because I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to go, it's going to hit somebody's house, it's going to hit somebody's car. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine if somebody's, driving through the parking lot and this thing flies over, or worse, it's going to hit somebody who's like out, you know, out on the sidewalk. So I was trying to lash it down. Well, first of all, I moved it. So I moved it to what I think is a more secure spot because it's next to outside of my breakfast room because there's windbreaks on three sides: the house, the line of hollies, and then there's some like shrubbery like stuff at the front, and so it's protected on three sides. So I was having a hard time getting it down. The entire time I was trying to, get the ground stakes in. Every time the wind gusted, it was like pulling away from me, and I just didn't understand because even when at my other house, like there was bad winds, like this had never happened before, and I was just like, okay, I'm in a more secluded spot. Why is it still doing this? Um, so when the wind died down a little bit, I went and got 15-inch ground spikes from Lowe's that had a much heavier pull pressure. I think it was like 400 some pounds. I got like half-inch braided rope, which once again had a higher pull pressure. And I was like, well, let me try this. It I got it in, was able to secure it, but I did notice because when I was in there, I had the flaps open, that all of a sudden it was just kind of like moving a lot. And then I'm not sure why I tried it, but I was like, let me just close the flaps, the door, zip the door close the flaps. And then I noticed that it kind of settled down. And then when I opened it to go get something, it started up again. And then I realized it's doing that because it's because I've got it open venting. So, you know, the whole point with venting is that you're supposed to be creating cross currents. Well, when you have like a horribly windy day, apparently that's too much for it. And now that I think about it, well, actually, you even heard me in the video saying that I was coming out here to close it for the night, so I had it vented that day. And now that I think about it, with the other rainstorms and whatnot, I had actually already closed it because a lot of times we were getting rain and it was also getting cold. And so one of the legs was damaged. So one of the things I'm definitely going to be looking to do is, you know, get a plexiglass one, a glass one, or even have like a shed modified so it has windows instead of, you know, walls, because I don't want that to happen again. That was it's very, you know, it's very demoralizing because, you know, I've had a number of trays that have been destroyed because, you know, because of that, and it's just it's not fun. So that's the deal. So now we all know. So anytime I see that we're getting some rain and I know there's gonna be some wind, I make sure I close that thing so I don't find my greenhouse like on the street. So anyway, have a good week, and or I should say weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.